The Panthers prevailed in a shootout over the Cardinals in the NFL Hall of Fame game, but can they repeat those same results on the road against the Bills in their second preseason game? We'll answer that question and more in today's NFL Preseason Breakdown. I'm Steve Seagrave from Picks and Parlays, and we're starting to dip our toes in the water with some NFL preseason action. We kept it low volume last year. We only had 2 NFL preseason plays, but they were both 4%ers, and we went a perfect 2-0 with those plays. I do have a special offer to share with you guys towards the end of the video, but for now, if you guys enjoy this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button if you would, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and drop those NFL preseason picks in the comment section. Who do you like? Sides, totals, even some NFL futures. Lay them on me in the comments, and I'll be checking those and responding back to you guys. So we got Carolina at Buffalo, Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff, and the Bills will be showing off their new stadium, Highmark Stadium. This will be the first action we've seen there for the 2026 campaign, and reports have come out that both sides plan on starting their healthy starters at least. Obviously, remains to be seen how much action those starters will see. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near a full game. Under the Sean McDermott era of the Bills, Josh Allen would generally sit out game 1 of the preseason, but it looks like Joe Brady taking a little bit of a different approach, and it sounds like Allen's going to get some reps on Saturday afternoon. These teams did meet in Week 8 of the NFL regular season last year, and Buffalo crushed the Panthers 40-9 in that Week 8 battle. For this one, we got Buffalo currently sitting at -2.5, total sitting at 38.5, and we have seen some money coming in on the over, as this one has moved up a full point since open. It opens at 37.5, and now it's up to 38.5. There are some threes starting to pop up for the Bills. Obviously, a little bit of money coming in on the favorite. However, most books still have this one at 2.5, depending on where you look. Looking at Buffalo coming into the year, last year they went 1-2 in the preseason. Followed that up with a 12-5 regular season, only to lose in the divisional round in a shootout on the road in Denver. They lose 33-30 in overtime in a heartbreaker against the Broncos. Joe Brady, former Bills offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, is taking over as the head coach in Buffalo. And Buffalo is going to have game 2 next Saturday in Cleveland, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff on Saturday afternoon. Looking at Carolina, they're coming off that big Hall of Fame victory over the Cardinals, where they prevailed in a 33-30 shootout. Last year, we saw this team go 0-3 in the postseason, followed that up with an 8-9 regular season. They managed to sneak into the postseason, only to lose their wild card game 34-31. So this will be Dave Canales' 3rd season as the head coach in Carolina. He has a 13-21 regular season record, 0-1 in the playoffs. If this team starts slow, struggles out of the gate during the regular season, Canales is going to be on the hot seat this year for sure. This is his 3rd crack at it now, and they're obviously going to be looking for results from this guy. Carolina's next game, their 3rd game, will be on Friday night in Jacksonville. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the total, and I'm going to play the over 37.5. Generally in the preseason, I'm kind of looking towards unders, but we've seen already one high-scoring game, and I think we're going to see some more high-scoring games over the course of the weekend. We watched Carolina play with a ton of pace against Arizona as they won 33-30. We have a couple of offensive-minded head coaches now in Joe Brady and Dave Canales, both clearly offensive-minded. And Carolina has a pretty solid stable of quarterbacks that they can throw out there for a preseason game at least. Bryce Young, Kenny Pickett's probably going to see some action, Haynes King. And there have been some quotes from the Bills defensive coordinator, Jim Leonard, where he said he's going to play a pretty vanilla defense. So I think he's not going to, these coaches don't want to let too much out in the preseason. So that sounds to me like a vanilla defense. It sounds like the Panthers can probably score some points against that defense based on how we saw them play in that Hall of Fame game against Arizona. It's a relatively high number for a preseason game, but as long as you can get it at 37.5, I think we see some points scored. I think early on, I think the Bills probably dominate. They're going to want to put on a show with the starters out there. It'll be interesting to see those reps because that's going to be starters head up with opposing starters. So give me the over as far as the total goes. As far as the side, it's not going to be popular. Kind of a contrarian look. I'm going to take the Panthers plus the 2.5 points. I know most people are going to be on the Bills. If this was a regular season game, I would probably take the plus money line. But the 2.5 points in the preseason, when teams aren't really playing for a tie, I like to have those points in my back pocket, as those could be critical if this ends up being obviously like a 1 or a 2-point ball game. Like I said, contrarian look here. I think that most people are going to be on the Bills playing at home with a very short spread. We're hearing the starters are going to play. And I think that they probably do thrive early in the game. Can they take home the victory throughout the entire contest, cover the 2.5? Obviously, I wouldn't take this 2.5 if I didn't think Carolina could win outright. Despite them, I think thriving early in the game, I still think the Panthers have chances here in a higher scoring game to take home this victory or at least pull out the cover. Big advantage here. Playing in the Hall of Fame game, the last couple of seasons have given teams a tremendous advantage. The 4 teams over the last 2 seasons that have played in the Hall of Fame game have won a combined 4-0 in the next game. But not only that, they held all 4 of their opponents to 10 points or less. So big advantage, I feel like, getting that one game under your belt when the other team's kind of still, I don't want to say scrambling, but starting to getting their ducks in a row for their first preseason game. I think that we probably look for the Panthers to probably continue to play with pace, like we saw them do against Arizona. Solid quarterback group. Give me Carolina plus the points and the over. Guys, check out this deal we got over at Picks and Parlays. You get the rest of my action, all access, all sports, right through the end of the year for a little bit more than $5 per day. $799 for the rest of my plays right through the last day of the calendar year. This is $696 off of the normal price. It includes all sports, including 5%ers. 5% plays alone, $35 a pop. With this deal, you get all of my plays every day for a little bit more than $5, and this will cover you for the rest of the MLB and WNBA season, and then a good portion of the NFL, college football, NBA, NHL. Those are the 6 sports that I cover currently. So you get a little bit of everything from all of those sports. Speaking of 5% plays, our 5% MLB plays have been money this year. We've went 7-2 with those, and we're probably going to be releasing another one later this week. I have a spot that I'm eyeing. We're currently sitting at number 4 in the MLB on the season. Have slipped down a little bit. We were holding that number 1 spot for a while, but we're looking to climb our way back up. If you're looking for something a little bit more short term, you can buy 3 days, get 3 days free for $69, and that's the same deal. All access includes all sports, all plays. If you guys are looking for a link to my client plays, that's always in the description, but it's pnp.buzz /SS, pnp.buzz /SS. Enjoy the games this weekend, guys. If you have a second, hit that like button. But if you have a second, drop a comment or two if you have some time. Enjoy the football. We're back in action, guys, and I'll see you next time.